Alrighty, so last we left off, you guys had just landed on Kashyyyk. You were kind of investigating this very empty landing pad that seemed everywhere you just kind of got up and left. In the middle of it, some rather medieval-looking people, who didn't seem to communicate basic, kind of crawled down from the trees and began attacking you, and so we are in the middle of combat right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so we'll just go ahead and dive right back in. So you can continue your investigation. But it actually starts off with Viri, who is mute today for some reason.
Yes. And
she
also doesn't remember most of her moves.
You know what? She's having an amnesia day. It's fine. She hit her head at some point during the last bit of combat. It's fine.
So, she can do potentially 3 attacks, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's what I thought. So we'll just stick with it being simple. So there's the first one. Look at her go.
Oh, jeez. Wow.
She's doing a great job.
And I believe that's a crit.
I think that is a crit. Let's look at her lightsaber.
Lightsaber.
Okay, so that is 32.
Wow. Impressive. 1 hit and they're down.
Okay.
Jesus.
So, can she make it to anyone else right now? Oops. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, she can make it to this boy.
Woo!
Look at her go. So we'll go again. Oh. Well,
jeez.
okay.
You need to roll for her more often.
I guess I do.
Hmm.
Maybe it's because she's quiet now. She's focused.
Right, she's so focused.
She is ready.
Yeah, she's ready to go. This is a crit as well. Is this one dead? Or do I need to roll again?
Yeah, 32 is the damage. Yeah, he down.
Okay, so there we go.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
That concludes her turn.
Yeah, she only had
good job, Viri.
Yay! Great.
Take him out.
Cool. So it's these guys' turn.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is there really already only 3 left? Okay. Alright. That's how it is, I guess.
Yeah, we took care of a good amount of them.
Fantastic. So there's going to be an attack on Ven and an attack on Del.
Okay.
First one is going to be against Ven.
No. I say no.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
I'm pretty
4.
sure that's a no.
Yeah. It would have been yes if
it wasn't for that
upgraded my armor.
That too.
Mm-hmm.
And then woo.
Ouch, Del.
Nope, Del's fine. I upgraded his armor too.
He's lucky because otherwise that could have been a crit. If that would have hit, that would have been a crit.
Yeah.
You got lucky.
That's 8.
Another incident of Del almost dying.
Sorry, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, did they almost hit me?
Yeah, if it wasn't for Mira upgrading your armor, you would have gotten critted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, these guys need to get some bonuses so they can actually have a chance to hit me.
I know, right? But it is now your turn, so.
Oh, he up close. That means I'm at disadvantage. Because I can't shoot my ranged weapon while he's right there.
Just headbutt him.
I mean, that is an option.
Wait, hold on, wait. What weapons do I have on me? So, would you say... Okay, I think we agreed with this before. A inconsequential would be to drop the gun, right?
Right.
A minor action would be to pull out another gun.
Yep.
Okay. So, I'd say I'm not gonna drop it because I like it. I just got it. So I'm gonna drop it in this bush here, so it's get a soft landing. Then
So
I'm gonna
don't
pull out
get hurt.
my so it doesn't get damaged. I just made it. I like it. Then I'm gonna pull out my Redemption twin barrel shotgun, which can be fired at engaged.
Boom, boom, boom.
Shoot him in the face.
It is a ranged light attack. I usually roll. Is that how much dice I should roll, or how much? Okay, hold on. I think I confused myself a little bit. Let me have a look. Quick load, minor action, reload both barrels. Okay, so let me see. B10 minus
You
4.
done
Yeah,
did confuse
So-
it yourself.
I did confuse it myself. I shouldn't have
Tell
confused
you
it myself,
confusion.
but I
It
did.
is super effective.
So I need to roll 6 dice, but I'm basically firing both barrels at once.
Okay.
So the thing is, breach 3, so it goes through 3 points of armor. Pierce 2 goes through 2 points of soak, and
If
the
it hits.
base if it hits, and the base damage will be 20 plus my modifier, which will be 25. Crit is 3, so let's see how this goes. I need to roll 6 dice. No, okay, hold on. Mousepad, what the fuck are you doing? Okay, right. Before, I'm gonna spend 2 force points, 2 destiny dice, sorry, to get up to 8 dice. Oh! Oh no! That's a 3.
Oh.
That
Aw,
does
man.
not hit.
They just see me pull it out and they're like, shit! And then duck. Yeah, but,
Holy fuck.
whatever is left is like this wall here. There's a big hole in it now.
It's the Sunday wall.
Aw, did it hit Hawk?
No, it wouldn't have hit Hawk.
No damage to Hawk. If he would have critically failed, yes.
It would have gone through, yeah. It's buckshot, not slugs. Don't worry.
Nah, I'm still worried.
Don't hurt Mira's Hawk.
I really would hate to do that. But yeah, that's my turn.
Fantastic. Io, what you doing?
All right. Io is running over to this dude, and he's going to try hitting him with his sword first, like he usually does.
Do it.
As you do.
And I think that hits. Does that crit or no?
That hits.
All right. Hold on. Does the one take away that 6 or just one of the other numbers before it?
One of the others.
Okay, so the damage from that will end up being 61.
Wait. I thought a 1 canceled out a 6 to make it not be a crit.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it does.
Okay, so the damage is just 11.
Sorry, the DM was a derp.
Talk about that. Okay, so the damage is going to be 60 something. It didn't crit? Oh, 11.
Right.
I know, right? Just
God
a point.
damn.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes in with his sword, his knife after. And does that one also hit?
5 total.
Yeah.
Yep, that hits.
All right, with the knife, that is a 10. For
So
damage.
21 total.
Yeah. That's all he can
Yeah, he's looking pretty hurt.
do.
Well, it's going to be 11, then soak, then 10, then soak.
Oh yeah, he's got Pierce 5 on both things.
Oh. That's pretty cool. You do basically, if you hit a 10 base damage, that's pretty cool.
It is impressive. But yeah, he's still up, but he's kind of hurt. So that makes it Mira's turn.
Mira. Well, there's bad guys right there, and I don't really like bad guys because they're scary.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go, like over here somewhere, and yeah, I guess I'll spend one destiny point, and I'm gonna pull a muffin out from this morning's breakfast and start eating it.
Okay.
No, there's a reason.
I've learned not to question Mira.
And Hawk is gonna come up over here. I mean, we know how much Dell likes to get kills, though.
Dell's got some kills, don't worry.
Can Hawk... Gosh, what do I want to do with Hawk?
How do I want to disable or main this man thing?
Can Hawk fly up and just, like, bonk this guy in the head so that he's all dizzy and shit and stunned for whenever it's Dell's turn?
Yeah, I would say that would count as technically a melee attack.
Okay. All right, that's 6 successes.
Yeah, that works. He is now stunned for, we'll say 3 rounds.
Bonk.
Because having a robot hit you in the face kind of disorients ya.
Bonk. That's my turn.
Alrighty, then it is your turn.
Okay, I will face off against this guy. Oh no, I have too many tabs open now. Let's see. Okay, that's not
Just
a
to
crit.
clarify,
Huh?
do you see this very key message above your character?
Yes. Did I do it right? I did
You
it right.
did do it right. I'm
You did it
surprised.
right, yes.
Okay, but
I
that was the
love how
first
we
one.
have
I
to have
don't know.
that
Let's
message,
see.
though.
1. One,
5 hits.
shoot. Okay. It does? Okay.
Yep.
So that is third. No, it's more because of Mira.
Mm-hmm.
It's 40.
I jury rigged your stuff.
You jerry rigged it. It's super
You did.
fancy right now.
Yeah.
He did.
Cool. I'll come over here and help Io finish this guy off.
Do it.
Oh dear. I don't know if that hits. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It does not, unfortunately.
Okay. So this guy is standing strong. I think that's it then. If I missed on this one, I don't think I can do a third one.
Yep. So then it is back up to Viri, top of the order.
Oh, I'm back again. Hi. Now it's Beery.
I know, right? I love how you two are right together, though.
Oh, there is one person left. Can she get there? 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh my gosh. I don't have my mouse with me and I'm using my trackpad. You can totally tell. Okay, there we go.
Oof. Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you're not counting the 6s because they got canceled out by 1s, and I guess you cancel out another success with the other one. So that'd be 4.
Yep. But considering he is stunned, he's a lot easier to hit, so it does actually hit.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's, I think 32 is the damage.
And with one shot, he down.
There we go.
Alrighty, so that'll be it for Viri. And this one last lone guy is going to try to attack you, Io.
Alrighty.
You kind of went after him.
Holy shit, what is that? 7. That does not hit.
Okay, good, because that would have been a crit, and I would have felt really bad.
He can take it.
Okay, that is it for him then. So, Del, it is your turn again.
He's gonna go over the mic. Leave one alive. We need to question them.
Then
pick
we'll
up-
actually. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
He's basically gonna pick up his gun.
But I don't
That's-
want to leave him alive.
Io.
5.
Ven will say in her mic, I actually stunned one already. There's one that's unconscious.
Ah. Good. So can I use my major action to like dash? So I'd get to.
Yeah, absolutely. Bear in mind, all the ones that Viri had attacked and knocked out with the blue bubbles are all stunned. She did not kill them. So you have like 4 that are just KO.
Yeah, even with
I'm
my
gonna stun the
strike,
fuck out of him.
It's a Rogue Michael.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
He's a Rogue
What?
Michael.
But then I
Welcome.
get-
At first, I thought someone else was doing like a spot-on impression of Mike. Like, wow, who did that? That's super impressive.
Nope, it was just Michael. Okay, so that makes it Io's turn then.
Alright, well, you know what he's gonna do? He's gonna stab the dude. Because he can.
Don't stab him.
Well, might not hit with his sword. But he might hit with his knife.
Yeah, no, sword does not hit, but go ahead and try with the knife. Woo!
Better.
7, I think. I take it as 7
That'll
hits.
hit.
And it crits. So he is a mess on the floor.
Alright, how do you want to do this?
He just eviscerates him.
Just goes into a crazy blood frenzy.
He just like rams his knife in like just below the navel and just rips upward.
Blah.
Ooh, just
Sorry,
totally
Ben, you might have gotten some
slices
spray on
through.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Okay, but is the spray like an anime spray where it's like gone? It's like doesn't do anything for a few seconds and. Or is it like a normal?
Oh no,
spray?
it's as he's going up with the knife. It's brutal.
Yep, it's blood everywhere is Io just digs his blade into this enemy and just rips it up, cutting through bone and tissue, muscles, and just blood splattering everywhere, staining the boxes that are behind him before he just collapses, and the two tops of his body that are split apart just fall to either side as blood just spews out on the platform.
Good thing the Peachy Keen has amazing showers.
No kidding.
Ven just sort of like looks probably, and she has like blood on her, and she says, "Remind me not to be near you when you finish people off again." She's like,
Phrasing.
She has-
Phrasing.
He just grins at her.
She uses like the darker part of her robes to like wipe it off her face.
I love it.
Poor Ben. It's bad being in the spray zone of an IO attack.
It's like at SeaWorld where they have the splash zone when like
I know, right? But yeah, you guys are now officially out of combat. Thanks to Viri, you have 4 unconscious enemies on the ground right now.
Cool.
And thanks to Io, there's just like blood in this vicinity. Just everywhere. So
I think I want to kind of be. I mean, I'll let them figure out the bodies real fast. I kind of want to be like walking around here, looking and see if there's anybody else that's coming, or whatever.
Yeah.
Ven, I didn't kill anybody.
Good job, Fury. I feel like it's really hard for me to roleplay when Viri's voice just comes out of nowhere.
Isn't that how Viri is like all the time? She just like randomly is just like, hey, I'm here. Okay, bye.
Because in my heart, I think you're not here because I already prepared
is
for
true.
it. So now I'm confused.
Yeah, no, I'll probably just listen most of the time. I'm not going to say anything.
No,
But it's
you
just
can
fun to
say
throw
stuff.
some
I don't
one-liners
care.
in
I'm
there.
just gonna be awkward about it.
You are always welcome to throw in one-liners. You know that. It's very Viri. It's fine.
Yes, of course.
Are you guys getting feedback if I do it like this? I'm like using it like a phone.
No.
No,
No? Okay.
actually.
So you might be able to
might-
chime in more regularly if you want.
Yeah, I might just have to go to a quieter area. But yeah, that works.
Do you want me to roll something, Ange?
Yeah, roll me a check of some sort. No.
Some check.
I would say, yeah, I think perception would be the right check then. Yeah, perception.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, from what you are able to see, there's nobody else coming. It's like there's just absolute silence other than the bird songs and other creatures in the on the planet below. Just that's it. That's all you can tell or hear.
Okay. Sounds good. I guess I'll just start heading back then to where everyone else is.
Okie dokie. Yep. In this main meeting area, the 4 people that Viri knocked the fuck out are kind of just thrown haphazardly onto the table.
So Dell's going to look at Ven. You watch them for a minute, okay?
Okay.
He's going to proceed to IO. Doot. Oh, yeah. Is there a party going on here? What's happening in here?
Pardon?
What are you doing in here?
I figured I'd keep an eye on the security system in case anybody does try to sneak in while we're here.
As
Right.
he's staring at the totally wrong direction.
It's
Right,
okay. He has mini Reeve.
Right. Can you
True.
head onto the ship and then start hailing on any channel you can get? See if we can get any help, I guess. I want to know what the fuck happened here. Mira can probably help you amplify the signal.
What am I doing?
What?
Start hailing the radios, any frequency you can reach. See if we can get anybody on the line and ask what the hell's going on.
Hail to the radios, our new gods. Hail. Hail.
I know you're
Oh
mocking
no,
me,
Mira.
I know you're mocking me.
Wow.
I just thought it was funny.
I love Mira so
I'll
much.
admit, it was very funny.
Io holds a hand up for a high five from Mira.
I will walk around to the other side of Io and give Io a high five.
Just try to reach people on the radio and see if we can get anybody on the other side and who knows what's going on. You might want to find out some form of translator. Don't think any of you understand Wookiee. I don't either.
Oh, no, I have that taken care of.
Good. By the way, he takes off his helmet and places it on the in front of Mira. If you can, could you add the translation to the one in the helmet that you put in? Like
You
program
mean-
Wookiee.
Oh. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can do that. I think.
You've done it before, I believe.
Amazing DM in the sky. What do I need to roll to program Wookiee into his helmet?
That would be a computer's check.
Okay.
Program Wookiee into the helmet.
Let's see. Computers, is that an 11 or a 13 that I roll? No, it's 11 and then automatically add 2. Got it. Okay. 10 total.
Yep, in about a half hour, Dell now has the ability to understand Wookiee.
And at the
Cool.
same time, can I check the security systems and see if there are any bits of camera footage left over that would explain why there's nobody here other than these people that we just beat up?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just go off the computer's roll that you had. You're able to see a couple of different people, mostly Wookiees, but there are a few humans, and a Twi'lek, female, blue skin, bit older than you, probably in her early 20s, kind of walking around with another Wookiee, just kind of chattering. It looks like she and that Wookiee are kind of in charge. The Wookiee seems to be of chieftain status, as he's kind of growling out orders to the other Wookiees. And then just kind of out of nowhere, the Wookiees seem to kind of tilt their heads up to the sky and kind of communicate amongst themselves before ushering everybody out. Shortly thereafter, you see the enemies that you just completely obliterated kind of come down, and it looked like they were ready to fight, but something disturbs them and they crawl back up to the sky. Shortly thereafter, you see the Peachy enter. So yeah, this was moments before you landed.
Mm-hmm. Well, darn.
Yep,
I
and Mira
relay it to
has.
everyone else. Yeah,
Yep.
I do relay it to everyone else.
Well, shit.
So basically, what the idea was, Ange, was that it looked like they were aware that something was going to attack them, so they left before it could happen. Is that what that looked like?
Yep.
Like the way they're
Yep,
getting everyone
exactly.
up and ready to go. Okay.
Yep, the Wookiees with their
Um,
uncanny senses kind of gathered everybody else and left. Looked like they were moving northward on the map to get away from these impending enemies.
Okay. Did it look like about the same number of people that attacked us, or were there more or less?
Yep.
Okay.
It was the exact same number.
Okay. I'm just taking notes.
So it's kind of like we got hit with the attack that was originally intended for them.
Yeah,
Yep.
looks like it.
Yeah, the Wookiees seemed to alert everybody else of the attack, and they all kind of collectively got up and left before the attack would even take place. So they basically took it out on you guys that they missed their target.
Okay.
Can
I guess
I
while
interject really quick?
oh, go for it.
Oh, I was just gonna ask Ven or Rachel, what are you
Hi.
writing for Viri's notes in that situation? Because I'm really curious.
I'm doing it from Ven's perspective.
Lame.
Okay.
So like,
You're
oh
gonna
my
have to
god,
go
there was like
back
a
and fix
Furby
them.
babies, and then they got attacked, but then really we got attacked and they got rid of us. So like, but we're listening to them now, and I don't know what they're saying, but they're totally translating for us.
I do not have the capability of leaping in from such opposite personalities from role playing Ven and then writing a note from Viri. There's no way.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. I was just curious.
That would be fun though. You can go in
Yep.
and add
All
your own fun things later. Because
So
Viri
I was
would
like, just
probably feel like
thinking
the
these.
notes were boring.
Yeah, she'd be like wide-eyed, like, oh, like these fur babies are like telling us what to do, and I don't understand what's happening right now. I've never seen a Wookiee before. All right, cool. No, my bad. Let me sink back into the shadows. I'm sorry, Brian.
I love it.
So, while they're kind of doing that stuff, can I be looking at these unconscious bodies? Like, is there anything notable about them? What they look like? Do they have anything on them as far as possessions go?
Other than like their weapons, which seem to be crafted from the Wusher trees that kind of cover the planet, they're very primeval in their behavior. They don't really have armor or clothing other than like odd items that they found on the forest floor.
Okay.
But they definitely seemed very agitated. They're not Wookiees. Looking a little bit closer, they appear humanoid, but it's almost like they were beast soldiers that just kind of were stranded here and created their own life here. Completely cut off from the civilized world, they went savage.
It's like looking in a mirror.
I heard that. To quote Lucy, it's like looking in a mirror.
Oh. That's what she said. Let's see. So, okay. What were the weapons they were even using?
They were makeshift, like weapon staffs. The tips were sharpened from rocks, knives, something of the sort, so that they could potentially impale. Like I said, very primeval weaponry.
Okay, cool.
It's not really that much of a shock that they were very easy to take down, but
And by humanoid, do you mean actually humans, or do you mean like a bunch of various humanoid alien species? Like, do they all look like they're the same race, or are they all kind of different?
they're all kind of different. Like I said, it's like some group got crash landed on here and then, had to survive the Shadowlands, which then is one of the more dangerous parts of Kashyyyk.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, while they were down there trying to survive this, they just kind of went nuts and went back to basic primal instincts.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, they seem feral, Matt. I guess, now that you're back, Matt, I'll, turn to Dell as he comes back, and I'll say, if we wake one up, I could potentially use the Force to influence it to think that we're friendly, and maybe we could get something out of it. I'm not sure, but it's worth a shot.
Do you think they can even talk to us?
Maybe not. But
Can
we
you
might
perhaps,
have a
read their
better...
mind? Can you perhaps read their mind, ascertain what they're like
I
feeling?
can read their feelings. I can't read their minds.
Right. Alright. We're separating from the group, though.
Yeah, good idea. I guess since Fury is mostly silent today, we'll have her maybe guard the rest of the unconscious ones. And we'll take one of them with us to another part.
Let's take this top one here.
Sure.
And then we're going to put it in this room here. That's far enough away, I think.
Wait, I missed where you pinged. Oh, okay, sounds good. I'm not in that room.
I'll get this doorway, you get that one. Put them in the corner.
Alright, just gotta check and see what he needs to roll and if I need to roll anything. I haven't done this one very much.
What is it you're trying to do? Just wake them up, or?
So, yeah, I think in a minute we'll wake him up, but I also want to use the Force to influence him to think that we are friendly and he can trust us. So that can last for 5 minutes. And we have to roll discipline versus discipline checks.
Okay, that should be fairly easy.
Let me, that was funny.
Look, okay. Yep. They're not very disciplined.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay, so yeah, I guess we can kind of, like, before I influence him, I'll like go up to him and kind of shake him awake, and then back up to guard the doorway, and then use the force to influence him to think that we're trustworthy.
Okay. It takes a few moments for him to kind of come to consciousness, and this one in particular looks to be human. Probably in his late 30s, early 40s. When he wakes up, he looks at the two of you. It kind of dawns on his face, and he skitters back against the wall. Because I presume you took weapons away from him.
Yeah, but I did influence him to think that we're trustworthy.
Yeah.
And like, that he can trust us. We're
Yep.
basically like on his side,
Right. It's just that first waking up, seeing you, he's immediately tense before he kind of comes to fully awake and kind of relaxes. He doesn't say anything, but he does look at the both of you. Very inquisitively.
So I'll say, you can answer some questions for us, right? Can you speak?
He kind of opens his mouth and closes it a few times like he's trying to, but it's almost like he's kind of forgotten how to talk.
Okay. I'll ask, do you understand me? And then I'll like nod with my head and be like, do this if you understand me.
He kind of hesitates before he does a kind of quick jerking nod.
Okay. I'll ask, were you waiting for someone specific here? And then I'll like hold out my hands on either end. Like one hand represents yes, and I'll like tell him that, and one hand represents no.
A few moments pass by as he's kind of absorbing the question. Again, you can tell that he didn't grow up feral. It's something he's just kind of gotten used to, so he's trying to accommodate it. But he does kind of point to the hand signaling yes.
Okay.
They might have had to stay quiet to survive.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Hold on a moment. He's going to kneel down in front of the guy and gesture to the Republic symbol. Then pull up a hologram of a ship. And he's going to gesture to him, then to the symbol. And give an inquisitive look.
He will start nodding. Like, really energetically.
Republic.
Interesting.
Alright. So that's pretty much perfect lead, actually.
Yeah. Do you have a leader? Someone that guides you, tells you what to do? And I have my hands out again for the same types of answer communication.
Yeah, he looks really remorseful and sad as he slowly, with a kind of a pained look on his face, kind of points to the no hand. And then he opens his mouth, and his voice is very rough and gravelly, of not using it very often. And he just utters one word. Killed.
Kilp.
Killed.
Oh, killed. I thought you were saying a name. Kilp. Like, oh, okay. Oh, fun. Okay.
No,
It's a
I'm
very
not.
cheerful name for a ruthless ruler.
Right.
Oh, sorry. Our bad.
Kill.
What do you mean, our bad? Your bad, okay? I am not being grouped in with that.
I heard kilt. It's all good.
Look, okay. Apparently, I'm
Is that what
pointless,
you need?
right?
Good sir.
Everybody
Kilt?
needs kill. Everybody
Uh,
likes kills. Okay.
Yeah, it'll help him. Okay,
Kilt.
so I guess I'll say, do you know who killed him? Her?
Again, he kind of hesitates as he's trying to conjure up the words. You could tell, like Del had said, he had not spoken in so long. He almost forgot what it was like to speak, purely for survival. But
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of starting to work as he's kept calm by your influence. And he kind of speaks in like smattering words.
Like
A
broken
couple of
English.
Yeah, and you get 3 or 4 words out of him. Sith, murder, stole, left.
Okay. So I have a picture of current Isaidus from various video feeds that Mira has sent me over the past few weeks. Can I say, did this person kill your leader? And I'll like pull up a picture and like show him.
The instant that you show Isaidus' picture, he immediately pushes himself back against the wall in fear and just starts nodding violently yes.
Okay. So I'll take it away very quickly then once I get my answer.
Did he take your ship and
Again, he nods yes.
Took their ship, right?
Yes.
That's what you just said? Okay. Taking a lot of notes.
Can I quickly do a there is a skill, I bet there is a skill for this. Could I do like a survival roll? Or like something to ascertain as to what the night cycle is for this planet? It's like, is it similar to like a year, or is like one circling of the sun is like, you know?
Nope, I don't know.
Yeah, that would be. Hold on, I'm double checking because there is a specific skill.
Astrogene, is that astrogation? Astrogation?
Astrogation is
Stars?
for flying. This would actually be a core worlds knowledge check, so it would be.
Oh no.
Ooh, Mira has knowledge. But Mira's not there.
Mira would
No,
probably
that's
like
why we
this
have
interrogation much more than normal interrogations.
Right?
Mira's not a
So,
big fan of the normal interrogations that we have.
No worry,
It's,
neither is Ben.
it's a problem.
so Dell's gonna holler over the radio. Can somebody pull up information on the year cycle for this planet? I'm gonna try to find out how long ago these people have been here.
Okay, core worlds knowledge check, right?
Yes.
Six successes.
Impressive.
Nice.
Sorry, Discord was locking up on me. Yeah, the time frame for Kashyyyk, it's 26 hours in a day, and it's about 380 days for a year. So it's a
Damn.
bit longer than Earth.
Information relayed.
Alrighty. How would he understand this? Can't just ask him how many years he's lost track of time. How many moons has it been since you've been here?
It's been minimal.
It's been many moons.
He pauses as he thinks about it. Now that he's talking with you more a bit, you can tell he's kind of pulling out of this feral mentality. He's just not used to talking. But eventually he says 90. 90 cycles.
90 cycles.
So,
What does a cycle mean again?
I believe that would be a day.
Yes.
yeah. So
Oh, so it's
Cycle is
very
a day.
recent. Okay. 90
given in that 26 hours of 24.
Trying to do too much math. It's like 3 months.
Yeah, it's approximately 3 months.
Yeah, it's like
That
just over
he
3 months.
is saying.
Okay. Ben probably does look a little shocked at that because she was kind of thinking it was way longer. Okay. I'll
3
ask.
months in the. Oh,
3 months
sorry.
in the- Well, I was just going to ask, what do you remember what you were doing here before this?
Again, his talk is hesitant, but eventually he says, help Republic.
Military? Civilian?
Civilian.
I'll help civilians. I guess I'll ask, now that he seems more like cognitive a little bit, I want to ask him, why did you attack the people here? What was your reason?
He points in the direction of the landing pad, and for the first time since talking to him, he actually pieces a coherent sentence. Well, mostly coherent. And he just goes, ship to go home.
Oh.
That's probably why they didn't. Republic.
Hmm?
They were two in
Sorry, you
the...
cut out.
That's probably why they didn't respond when I said Republic. There were two in the heat of the adrenaline of battle that they didn't even think.
Yeah.
We need to send these bodies home.
No, I agree. I'll like look at the guy and I'll kind of, I don't know, kneel down a little bit so I'm more eye level with him, and I'll just say, you don't need to fight to get that. We'll find a way to get you back. Can you convey that to your other friends as well?
How close to him are you when you're kneeling down, Ben?
I'm probably still pretty guarded.
Right.
But yeah, right. I'm still guarded, but I'm close enough. So like I could probably whip out my lightsaber and get him if he's too bad, like knock him out or something, but I'm close enough for him to touch me probably.
Okay. As soon as you say that, you see tears well up in his eyes, and he reaches out and takes both of your hands in his and just starts repeating, thank you, as he just kind of breaks down into sobs.
Oh, poor baby. Ben like rubs his back a little bit.
There.
Let's get them onto the ship. At least give them a shower and some food.
Yeah. She kind of like probably like smirks up slightly at Dell and is like, this is how I like to do interrogations.
Shots fired.
She's teasing though. She's not saying it meanly.
Dell's going
I
to
love
lift the
it.
guy to his feet. And he's going to basically lead him to the ship.
Yeah. Actually, I kind of before you do that, I kind of like want to hold up a hand really fast to Dell and just be like, "Wait, hold on 1 minute." And I'm going to let go of my force hold on him with the influence, because it seems like we've just earned his trust naturally now, but I want to make sure that it doesn't just randomly wear off when we're gone and he's like just takes our ship or something.
Yep. No, as you lower it, you can tell that there's no change. He trusts you. Between the kindness that you guys showed him and Dell showing the Republic insignia, you guys kind of earned his trust. It wasn't a vicious, violent attack. It was a desperate attempt to escape.
Okay, sounds good.
I may have missed a bit, but did these guys like take on Wookiees?
Huh?
Did these guys like take on Wookiees to take over this landing pad? Or were they like scared off by
The
Isaidus?
Wookiees, I think the Wookiees left before they would come, so they never engaged them.
Yeah,
So there's still the question as to why.
Maybe they knew who they were and they didn't want to engage them. I don't know.
Well, knowing what I do know about Wookiees, they won't just abandon a place like this. This is their home. Especially with the half-eaten food and stuff,
Right.
They wouldn't leave it. Well, that was probably them, but...
Yeah.
They wouldn't just
they might
abandon
have this is a landing pad, this isn't where they actually live. If we can, maybe they just retreated back to their village.
Something must have made them retreat there.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Let's get him to the ship. All of them. Let's get them cleaned. And I'll have a look at their wounds.
While Dell's doing that, I guess I'll see if I can I'll just go up to Mira and be like, Mira, do you think you can try and see if you can locate any nearby Republic ships that could take care of these people and to take them home?
I can try.
That'd be great.
What is it to check outer space to see if there's a Republican ship nearby?
I would still count that as like technically a computer's check to reach out to them.
Okie dokie. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Minus 2 is 9. Plus 2 is 11.
Okay. Yeah, there are a couple of Republic ships that are not very far, probably a few hours, and they'd be on Kashyyyk. So it wouldn't be very hard to hail them and have them come over.
Okay. I will put Vin in touch with a ship.
Awesome. Thank you. And
You're
yeah,
welcome.
then I'll just communicate to them that we have some people that we found that need to be picked up and taken care of. Probably they need medical care more than we can offer, things like that.
Right.
Yeah, these guys
Actually,
kind of have gone through hell here.
Yeah.
can I make a medicine check? I have 4 total.
Sure.
So I'm going to add destiny
Yeah, go
dice to it. I can add 4 destiny dice to bring up to 8. So, after bringing them in, having them wash themselves, he's basically going to look them over. That's okay. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, down to 6.
Nice.
Wait.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to do some. It's not extensive medical help, but you're able to make sure that their wounds are taken care of and they're mostly stable. There's a lot of like the psychological that they've endured, both from Isaidus and from living here, that you can't quite take care of, Del, but you can at least get them physically up to par.
Yeah, he's basically checking over like battlefield wounds, infections, stuff like that.
Yep, you can definitely get them stabilized. They'll absolutely need an actual like hospital and doctor, but they're not going to die anytime soon.
Hooray!
Right. Okay, let's get these bodies on board too. What's left of some of them?
Yeah, I'd imagine that, and we probably would need to kind of individually wake each of them up and do the Force thing and kind of convince them that we're here to help. Maybe with the help of that first guy that we talked to. Just because I'm sure every time they wake up, they're still in that like feral mindset.
Oh yeah, it'll take some time, but with the help of the gentleman, he kind of does almost similar to sign language to them. And it kind of helps them calm down, and they kind of go with you. And all of them seem to start tearing up with relief when it's clear that you're from the Republic and you're going to take them home. Like it's like these guys have just escaped from hell.
I guess at one point I'd want to ask them if they were all that was left, or were there more other places?
Unfortunately, they all look very sad and shake their heads no. So these were the only ones left.
Sounds good.
Meanwhile, as you guys are getting them situated, getting the bodies taken care of, yeah, Mira, let's go to you and the message that is popping up on the console that you're at.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I have no idea what it is or what to do with it. Out of character.
Okay.
Because I don't know who that is.
You know that they are contacts that Joseph has mentioned. But yeah, you yourself don't know them.
Okay. Hey, Ben?
Yeah.
Might want to come over here.
So I'll walk over. What is it?
We got this message that came in. I don't know who it's from.
Okay, so I'll look at it.
Okay.
Where is it?
The message. It looks like it's an open call coming in from just an M. Vao with the authorization from the Chieftain. It's like they're trying to get in contact with whomever is on this dock.
Oh, okay. And we heard Vao's. We saw her, or we heard her name, didn't we? All of us did.
Nope,
Yep.
absolutely not.
Yeah, I thought we did. We had Revan talking to us about it, I think.
Was she talking to you all and I was not there?
Potentially.
It's entirely possible, yeah.
Because I don't recall that name at all.
You might have been doing something else.
Okay.
Yeah, so so this is an incoming call right now,
Yes.
right? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll just hit to answer it.
Okay. A holograph kind of pops up, a hollow call pops up, and you see she looks kind of similar to an older Mira, spookily enough. She's in her early 20s, blue-skinned, female Twi'lek, kind of wearing all blacks and grays. Looks like she's been through a decent amount. And she's not really looking at the camera as she's talking. She's kind of talking over to the side. And you hear the growls of Wookiee off to the side. And she just goes, "No, I get it, Big Z, but we still have to look at them." And she kind of turns, and when she sees Mira and Ven, she just kind of stops for a second and gives you guys this weird look before she goes, who are you?
Friends of one of your friends. Is this channel secure for me to even say any names?
If
Apparently
you're
not.
worried.
Apparently not, seeing as you lot got into it. It was an open call.
I mean,
Also, to a specific machine, so
right.
that Mira hacked.
True. True.
Well, I mean, the machine is this one in here. It's not something I had on my person.
Right. Anyway, so what'd you say?
She just kind of again looks at you and she just goes, I mean, wasn't exactly expecting anybody, but Wookiees. What friend?
Is this secure or not?
She kind of sighs heavily and rolls her eyes up to the sky before she goes, yes, it's secure. Who are
Alright.
you?
We're friends of Revan.
Totally not here.
Mira's like muttering.
I heard that. As soon as you say Revan's name, you see her face just kind of light up. You're like, Sky? Is she with you? Like, is she hurt? Is she okay? And she's just like
She's
babbling
fantastic. She's fantastic. We noticed you all left, and we took care of whatever was happening down here. So I don't know if you want to come back up, but if you want to see her, she's here.
Yeah, we'll be there shortly. Yeah. And she just like turns and she has this big grin on her face. She's like to her companion off screen. She goes, Big Z, she's back. And the video cut.
That's fun.
Yeah, and then it's just silent again on the landing pad.
Sounds good.
But Io, as you're kind of peering over, yeah, all you see are just tree, and that's a tree, and that looks like no, that's a tree.
Wow,
Yeah,
so many
you can't see
trees.
the ground. So many trees. Yeah, you cannot see the ground. At most, you might see a tack, the little like blue monkeys. Occasionally, crawling and whatever. But they're docile creatures. They're just kind of having fun, and that's like the most wildlife you see. Otherwise, it's just that's a leaf, that's a stick, that's a branch.
He's like having a moment where he's like, man, I could fall from here and all that would probably break my fall.
I should try it.
Right?
I mean, he would.
That's what I feel like you would
You know
do
that
It would be
tiny
a lot of
voice in your
temptation.
head? And that tiny voice in your head that tells you to jump. This is Ven, right? Don't jump. This is very.
Don't do it.
Do a flip.
Yep.
His tiny voice is already like
100%.
plotting the course of how he could make it down. It's like, oh, that's a
A
big enough
91%
branch. That would
chance
have.
probability of losing your legs. However, we can get cybernetics, so don't worry about that. We're rich as fuck, so don't worry.
Have you not seen Avatar? You could totally do it. These trees are massive. I'm sure that leaf is bigger than it looks.
Look, I get that we have blue people in this game, but not those kind of blue people.
So, once the survivors are taken care of, Dell's going to basically like go through the weapons. Mark some down.
They don't have any weapons. They just have like sticks.
They had like swords and shit, like handmade shit.
Yeah, a couple of the dead ones had some like handmade swords and sticks.
Oh, so like
they're
fancy sticks.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
My bad.
fancy, damn it. There's like I said, a couple of them had like makeshift armor, makeshift weaponry that they found. So while they were definitely living kind of a primal life. Whatever ship they came in on, they basically tore it apart to use it to survive. It was really weird. They had like pieces of bark, leaves, but they also had like a chest plate for some reason. It was, yeah. Look, they went through hell, okay?
Understood. So, like, can I see if I can find any interesting item in there? Like, maybe one of them had a weapon, perhaps, that they used, or is it all literally like just makeshift?
Majority of it is makeshift. There is a couple of decently intact weapons and armor, like a chest plate or, you know, leggings, things like that are mostly intact, but you've noticed by looking through them that one of them seemed to have a bit more of a Mandalorian-esque armor to them. It's like they were a bounty hunter that had gone through hell. Unfortunately, it's not one of the survivors. But the difference between him and the others is he did actually have a weapon that, you know, was a modern day weapon. And it was a Beskar sword.
Beskar.
Sounds familiar.
Okay. Quickly to the wiki. Doodle-doo.
Right? Cue the 60s Batman
Let's
theme.
jump off into the trees.
Oh, Jesus Lord! Io, stop!
I literally just pictured everybody like going to some elevator, and then meanwhile there's just this brief cutaway of Io just jumping off the platform.
Or even like everyone's busy like doing important things, like, you know, talking to these people and doing calls and looking through stuff, and then I was just sort of like lingering on the edge for a really long time, and then finally, like, in the background you just see him like jumping.
He just like swan dives.
Hells yeah. It was like, wait, where is he?
Ooh. So, but the Beskar. Ooh.
Well,
Not
Del
bad, too.
found something that he likes. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a brief 5-minute break while you guys are kind of getting everybody onto the ship and stuff.
Sounds good.
And then that'll allow for some time to pass for Mission to meet you. Or you to
Okay.
meet Mission.
Doki.
Intermission.
Yep, intermission.
Intermission
So we're back in about
for
5.
mission.
We
Yes,
just need great
exactly.
music.
Dale's gonna see if he can get out. While we Hello, is anyone?
Oh, I'm still here. I was focusing on something.
Ah, okay. I was scared everyone left me. I was like, oh. That is a bit sad. He's going to be a bit upset that he found him.
Yeah, that whole situation's sad. We also killed some of them, so oops.
I'm pretty sure there was like 12 and only 4 of them lived.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're in a better place now.
Yeah.
Their story will live on.
Yes. My mean husband did something mean again. What's new?
What did he do?
Oh no, not my actual husband. My
Oh.
in-game evil husband.
Well, then.
No, my real
Yeah,
husband is nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure your husband doesn't actually trash an intergalactic Republic ship, sending it crashing down into Kashyyyk.
No.
No, but he
not
leaves
a
the toilet
tendency of
seat
his.
up, so that's just as bad, I guess.
Yeah, basically same level here.
Oh Lord, this is going to require like a full report. Like they're immediately going to go through another hell of paperwork. Like what, ship category were you in? What were you doing on it? What's the name?
Oh, with the people that are rescuing them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To find out like what ship it was that went missing.
Mm-hmm. Like,
It's
do they
probably
even
not-
remember their own names?
That is very true.
You know?
These people are going to go through a rehabilitation.
I know, that's what I was thinking too, is like so much counseling is in their future.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So much.
This is this is akin to what Del had to go through with training. Like he'd be left
no.
on Malachor to that's the thing, during their training they had to survive themselves for training. So he understands, but for them to actually have to, he always had a safety net. Like they wouldn't kill off the children. They would just, the moment you were in actual danger and you couldn't get yourself out of it, you were off the program. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to be a farmer or something. But,
not necessarily they don't have a safety net. I get what you're saying. But yeah.
But for them to actually have to try and on Kashyyyk, which is a horrible planet to begin with. Not only is it by the weather, it's horrible, the humidity, the heat, the animals too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not fun. Even in the video game Knights of the Old Republic, KOTOR was my least favorite planet. I hated it so much.
It is. Ugh. That's all I can say. Just, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I've only ever been on one Kashyyyk, one planet, which was Kashyyyk, when I played a Star Wars Republic Commandos. Because that's literally I think you got a Geonosis. If I remember correctly, you go from Geonosis, which was a hellhole as well, during the Clone Wars. Then I think you went on to. It wasn't a ship, was it? Was it a ship? Possibly. You went on to this derelict Republic ship that had been taken over by bounty hunters and slavers. Then you went on to Kashyyyk, and yeah, they're not nice planets.
Bad all 2 planets in a row right there.
Yep.
Weirdly
you're
though,
a Republic Commando.
Yeah, I never played that one. Weirdly, in a lot of the Star Wars games, I really enjoy Tatooine, which is funny because I think it'd be pretty miserable if you were actually there yourself. But I love Tatooine.
Yeah. You can if you own I think if you own an Xbox, I do. You can actually I think maybe buy it or get it with a Game Pass or something. But it's an original Xbox game.
I was gonna say that did sound pretty old. Yeah, I had an Xbox when I was younger, and I was Xbox for quite a while. But now I'm PS3 and computer console, or PS4, sorry, and computer console. But mostly because I wanted to play Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
which is PS exclusive.
But yeah, it was a good game. It was way ahead of its time. Like, when you played it, like, a lot of the times nowadays when you play a game with AI, I'm pretty sure if you know with Horizon Zero Dawn, the AI is dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
With this one, they actually, like, worked on their own accord. They actually felt like commandos. So they wouldn't just sit there and go, "What's your order?" and then stand out in the open. They'd be like, "Shit, I'm getting shot. I'm gonna take cover over here. You do you, Captain. I'm gonna go over here so I don't die."
Oh, that's pretty nice.
And yeah, they compliment you a lot. If you get like a headshot or a long distance kill, they're like, "That was a good shot." It's very uplifting. You can also like command them. So like, I need you on that turret. I need you to pick up your friend. Go heal. It was a very good game. Well
Yeah.
ahead of its time. It's sad. They were gonna make another one. Then fucking Disney bought studio.
Oh. Yeah, I heard that there's a lot of LucasArts games that were going to happen, and then they didn't after Disney bought them out, and that's sad because they're also good. Well, most of them. But Fallen Order was good.
Yeah.
That new one that came out. I really enjoyed that one.
There was actually 2 games I was looking forward to, and I heard about it was.
Sorry, hold on one second. What?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Mark brought me food. What were you saying though?
It's alright. One of them was I think it was like done at E3. It was like this Star Wars game where you played as like a bounty hunter on Coruscant, and you had to like work your way up through the ranks and stuff.
Okay.
And another one was, I think it was like Star Wars 20, like 50 or something. I think it was that, actually. Let me have a look quick. To Google.
Cool. While you look, I'm gonna go grab food, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
So let me know.
Star Wars 20. No. 20. Star Wars 2558. I was close. Let's just do Star Wars.
I'm back.
Cancelled Star Wars games. Welcome back. Mind.
Lucy, I question your sanity.
Only now, not in all the time you
No,
know me.
no. I've been questioning your sanity for a while now. I'm over here making something to eat real quick, and she's messaging me about a potential jump off the freaking platform.
It's just hypothetical, because now I'm like, damn, I'm curious. Because in another game, our characters, well, most of them jumped from like a 500-foot bridge and somehow survived into a river. I didn't do it because my mouse died regardless. Good times.
I know you know about Kashyyyk, Lucy. That's a no. You're failing all you did.
Yeah. Go out the great
Oh.
way. You would never find us.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm looking at cancelled games from Star Wars because me and Rachel were talking about like how bad Kashyyyk was, and then he got into like the only time I've ever been on Kashyyyk in a game is from Star Wars: The Commandos. And then I got sad because they were going to make Star Wars Imperial Commandos, which would have been the follow-up, but they cancelled it because Disney bought it. So here's how you can hate Disney. BioWare's Knights of the Old Republic remains one of the finest games in Star Wars history. Its wide array of explorable worlds, a masterful plot, and heaps of fun characters creates a sensation you're playing a personalized Star Wars movie. However, there would have been a Knights of the Old Republic 3. Had Disney not
I
bought.
know. Don't remind me. I'm still
Wrote a
salty.
story, most of the environment, world, and many of the quests, characters, and items before their funding was removed during a wave of cuts. Think of all those new planets we'll never get to explore. Then you had Star Wars 1313, bounty hunting title, plunged a young Boba Fett into a dark underbelly of the city planet of Coruscant, but then it was shut down by Disney, laid off LucasArts' development team. Yeah, people get really annoyed and they're like, oh yeah, you're no longer developing games, you're just licensing them. It's just like, oof.
Welcome back, Eating
Project-
Rachel.
Tag. Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leaders. That was been for the Wii. They've actually... Oh, here it is, Imperial Commandos! As a sequel to 2005's clone-centric first-person shooter Republic Commando, Imperial Commando would have had made players change perspective and join the Empire's army. Of course, this wouldn't be the first or last time again. Swap sides, blah 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 blah. Paint the baddies protagonist. Early development of it was done before Republic Commando had hit shelves. Sadly, it didn't last very long. Some design work was done, including concept paintings, but ultimately LucasArts decided not to produce a sequel. If you do fancy playing this side of the Empire, do check out Star Wars Battlefront. Don't like. We're going to release a Maul game. Huh. Am I like cutting out for people?
No, I
Hello?
can hear you just fine.
Okay, good.
No, I just had a mouthful of food.
They really messed up. They could have made so much money off of these games. Like, just the concept art alone looks amazing. Like, let me copy the image or save the image. And I'm gonna... I think I can, like, drag it into the chat? I don't know. Hold on, I'm gonna put it in Discord. Just to show you how badass these guys looked alone. But yeah, Republic Commando was a great one. It had a good enough story to which you didn't, just focus on the looting and shooting. It gave us a lot of like lore into the life of a clone, which I think was great. Let's go to pics. Oh, dang it. Where is it? There it is.
Do we have everyone back, by the by?
I'm here.
Rachel is eating.
Yes. So are we just waiting on a Rob? Or is he here?
Don't believe so.
I'm going to assume by his silence he is not back.
Yeah.
Yay, Rachel! You have been converted!
What'd she do?
She's drinking Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
Yay! Now you are officially part of the cult. It's okay.
Like, look how badass that would be as a background.
Ooh, sign me up.
And that's like, and they said when interviewed, it was going to include like the events of Order 66. It was going to include you hunting down Jedi for a part of the campaign, and then you hunting down like the rebellion. It would have been an amazing game, I think. Absolutely, it would have been great. Who knows? Maybe in the future, Disney won't give their games over to EA.
I still want my Unsealed Republic 3, god damn it. And if they take the idea that Revan and Karth had babies, I'm gonna sue them.
Well, thing is, Revan is canonically male.
Not in my fucking canon!
Yeah, I know. But, yeah.
Nope.
They should have kept it
I don't care.
genderless.
They should have kept it gender neutral. Because that would have allowed so many opportunities.
Hmm.
Are we ready?
We're
Where
waiting
is
on
Rob?
Robert.
We're waiting on
What
Rob
is
and
he
Rachel.
doing?
Well, Rachel's here but eating, so.
Probably having problems because he's drunk so much Dr. Pepper. That
No,
much
I'm telling
carbonated.
you, that is the key. How did you know? How did you know?
How did I know
But,
what?
like, how did you know? Did you
It
not read
happens
his
frequently
message?
enough, I guess.
That much carbonated stuff in your body is not good for you. Makes you gassy. Makes your tummy hurt because there's a lot of carbon inside of your body.
I have
Shouldn't usually
yet to
be
have
there.
issues.
Say that again?
I have yet to have issues, but I'm also not human, so
I've never had issues either.
see?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
but
I forgot to say I kitted out the sword now. It's cool.
Yeah.
so Rob said we'll go ahead and redo or blah 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 blah.
Resume.
Thank you. Sorry, DM had a stroke there.
Is now really the
Alright.
time for one of those?
Look, okay, I can't control when it happens, Matt. Alright,
At least
so yeah.
level us up before you die.
Right? Nope. You will forever be stuck here. But yes. We'll go ahead and restart it. You guys have gotten the survivors from whatever the fuck Isaidus did onto the ship and safe. A couple of moments pass, and you're kind of left to admire Kashyyyk. For those of you who've never been on Kashyyyk, it's actually a very pretty planet. If you like trees, but it's definitely not modern in the slightest. At the moment, everything seems to be kind of dark. It's getting to be later in the day. Because, time is wonky on Kashyyyk. But eventually you kind of hear footsteps coming down the path. And as you guys kind of collectively look up, you see that pretty lady,
Oh,
Mission
okay.
Vao, one of my personal favorite NPCs. Walking down the path. Like I said, she's in her early 20s. She's fairly young. But you really don't look at her long before you look at her companion, who is taller than Dell, if you can imagine. And that would be this fantastic guy here.
Hells yeah, Wookie.
Yes. And they're kind of walking down the path, conversing to themselves before they meet up with you. And as soon as you catch up, Revan had kind of been sticking to the back of the group while waiting. But as soon as Revan sees Mission, she just kind of pushes past you guys and bolts right to her. And Mission just screams at the top of her lungs, Sky! And takes off, and the girls kind of collide into a big bear hug with each other. Which kind of broke the image, because otherwise she was a little bit more intimidating.
Gonna go out on a limb and say you guys know each other.
And that baby is going to have a headache in the morning.
The girls stop hugging, and then the Wookiee goes over and gives her another hug, letting out kind of a growl. Then do your abilities in the Force, and now Del, since you two are able to understand Wookiee, you hear this gruff male voice go, "Where have you been? She has been driving me nuts." To which, those of you who don't hear it, you just hear the growl, but you then hear Mission reply, "I have not been. I've been helping." And they just kind of bicker back and forth, with Revan just standing there, just a grin on her face, just absolutely elated. Before they kind of collectively remember the rest of you were there. And Revan kind of wraps an arm around Mission's shoulders. Sorry, I read a thing in chat. And she kind of walks with Mission and Zaalbar to the rest of you. And she goes, "This is Mission Vao and now Chieftan Zaalbar. They traveled with me when we were stopping the Star Forces. So they are very, very good friends. You can trust them."
Well, so it's good to see you and get on with all the pleasantries. Unfortunately, we have Republic blood currently spilt on your planet. So it's not very nice time right now.
Mission kind of gives Revan a curious look. Then Zaalbar kind of cants his head to you curiously. And Revan kind of sobers up a bit. And she goes, "We were unfortunately attacked when we landed. A couple of people that we found out later were Republic seemed to kind of go crazy." To which Zaalbar kind of responds, "We'd heard about these Outlanders that were savage down below, like Jolie, but we never really thought they were Republic."
You didn't notice a Republic ship crashing down onto your planet?
Granted, that was about 3 months ago.
Still.
Zaalbar kind of looks at you, Del. Again, kind of curious, perplexed a little that you understood him. Before he kind of lifts his great arm and vaguely gestures around him and goes, "My planet is large. There's many things that go on that I am not aware of. Unless you are new."
I having no idea what's being said, but understanding Dell's just like, yeah, man, have you seen these trees? We would go down and no one would notice. Gesturing in totally wrong direction.
Yes, exactly. He's like gesturing to one of the stations,
like the houses.
On the yeah.
Have you seen these trees?
So, why abandon this pact? It seems, pardon my attitude, but it seems rather idiotic to just abandon this landing pad. Were you
did you
driven
have a-
off?
Yeah, did you have a reason for leaving?
Mission pipes up now, and she goes, "Yeah, we got a call from one of the other villages that they needed help. That there was an attack on them. We weren't exactly expecting visitors, so it was nothing to quickly go, but we weren't exactly expecting an attack on here either."
Well, the people that we came across, the only because they spent at least 3 months here, down below. Anyway, don't look too much into it. We've dealt with it. The survivors from the firefight have been checked out, at least by myself and maybe a few other members of the crew that have been cleaned up. And we've contacted the Republic to come pick them up. So at least have somebody here to, I don't know, receive them.
Mission kind of looks at Zaalbar, and they exchange a nod, and then, sorry, I had a mouthful of food.
Sorry.
After they exchange nods, Zaalbar kind of looks a little bit skyward and kind of lets out this growling roar. And from the vines and leaves, just all around you guys, Wookiees crawl down that you did not see before. And Misha kind of looks at you and she goes, "We'll have somebody here, don't worry."
Good.
So you said that another village needed help. Has something been going on? Or was it just something kind of standard and nothing to really note?
What, like kidnappings here? We came to investigate.
Well, that could be one reason.
Misha kind of
Out of
looks at you a
character?
little curiously. Well, yeah, out of character.
Out of character, what was the reason we came here?
Yeah,
been a
kidnapped. Basically, Mira discovered that Eric was shipping Force-sensitive slaves to Kashyyyk. And I think also other Jedi, too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
And they were coming here.
Yep. That's exactly what you guys were looking for. But to your question, Ben, she kind of looks at you and she goes, "Nothing crazy. Just the it's Kinrath mating season, and they like to come up here and cause a ruckus, and they like to try to attack baby Wookiees. So it's hell right now, and we're running all over the place. But it's just this planet."
So, if you have some, I don't know, major area in which you can gather all of the civilians who would be in danger, why not keep them in a safe place till the season's over? Well, I've heard about your society. It's primitive. It's in regards to technology. So I don't expect you to have...
I lean over and whisper to Veery, "How is it that he always finds a way to insult anybody that we talk to?"
Oh, the moments that I wish Mike was here.
I can't even have a sassy comment for that as an NPC.
Yeah, I
really.
know, right?
I'm so sorry.
I got
She's
nothing.
still very focused right now.
It's okay.
So focused. But
So Dell's gonna continue. So I don't expect you to have like laser. I don't expect you to have blaster turrets or that, but surely you should have some large place where you can keep yourselves protected. Especially if this thing is regular.
you see, well, if you could read Wookiee's expression, you could tell that Zaalbar is a little annoyed. And Mission is just kind of struggling with what to say. But Revan pipes up and she goes, Del, it's complicated. It doesn't have to make sense to you, but for them, this is their home. They wouldn't even leave it for the Zerka slavers that I chased off the planet years ago. They're not going to run off just because of the wildlife. That's not in their nature.
I'm sure
Besides,
you
they
guys
seem to
have
be
it
doing just
handled.
fine.
Yeah. I would have just said the same thing, basically.
I love it!
Same time, they're fine.
Oh, that was beautiful.
That was fantastic. I'm happy about that.
They're becoming one mind.
Oh no.
That's scary.
Yeah, wait, maybe that's not a good thing. Yeah, so Ben will say, well, if you do seem to have that taken care of, we were actually investigating what looks like there's been some major activity on the planet, and I don't know where, but a lot of kidnapped Jedi and Force users that have been sold and apparently directed here. Somewhere on Kashyyyk.
Mission and Zaalbar kind of exchange looks with each other before Mission kind of looks back to you all and she goes, why don't you guys come with us to the village? Big Z here is Chieftain. He can figure out who's seen what. You guys can rest. I mean, and she kind of notices like the blood on Io and Ben, and she just goes, it looks like you guys could use a little bit of a rest before you continue, but you're our guests. And she just kind of looks hopefully at Revan, who just looks at the rest of you, and she goes, "You guys want to check out a Wookiee village?"
Sure.
Yeah.
As long as you feel
This
like
isn't-
it's safe.
This isn't really a field trip. And I'd just like to point out, if they didn't see a Republic ship crashing here, I doubt they would have seen anything about secretive kidnappings being brought here either.
Worth a shot.
Field
We don't have
trip.
any other leads at the might as well.
Yeah, I guess.
Don't be such a killjoy, Dill.
Field trip. Field trip.
Field
I have
trip.
my reason. He's going to follow after Revan.
I also can I note and I was like, "You're such a killjoy, Del." Like he also is still covered in blood. Like that's just such a
Yep.
weird,
That is the weirdest.
picture. You should draw that, Lucy.
100%.
Mira's gonna go skipping along behind them.
But of course she's skipping. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll follow.
Can I just say that now you have 2 female blue Twi'leks. One is a teenager, one is in her early 20s. Fun fact.
Mira's like, adopt me.
Right? Yeah.
No, Mira's like, we're going to adopt you.
Yeah, there you go.
That's much more accurate.
Big sister.
No.
In a nutshell, yeah. I love it.
Don't let Viri hear you say that.
She is super concentrating right now. It's okay.
Yeah, she's so focused she doesn't even hear anything.
The words "very" and "focused" don't go together in a sentence, but okay, I understand why.
It's a
Look,
special occasion. She's
Right.
trying it
Okay,
out.
right. I wouldn't say focused. Let's go with distracted. That's
There you
more.
go.
The words
Also that.
Looking.
the words Viri and sister don't really go together in Mira's mind, but
No,
Oh.
they do not. No, because that would just be awkward.
Did
It's
something
okay.
happen?
Things happened
Oh.
in a one-shot.
a long time ago, and apparently nothing since then. So I don't know.
Mira
I
is
ship it. I ship it.
I also have ships in this game.
Mhm.
Anyway,
Couldn't tell.
anyway.
Ange? Ange. I was gonna say angel, then I stopped. Ange? Ange ships? No.
I know. Are you
What?
shipping somebody? Crazy thoughts. I even have ships in my Skyrim game. That's how I roll. But yeah, as you're walking, as you can see in this lovely picture, this is kind of pretty similar to your view. There's thick forests beneath you. There are the occasional huts and just connected walkways. And as you're moving through the walkways, you can see some Wookiees of all ages, all colors, all sizes and shapes, just kind of moseying along. I mean, the more you enter these forests through these pathways, the more you're aware this is a pretty big area occupied by Wookiees. You can occasionally see mountains in the distance, and you can see stars starting to come up in the sky because, again, the time is wonky on Kashyyyk.
No,
You
those
hear
mountains might just be out of Io's range of sight.
gasp. But yeah, it's actually a really pretty place, despite knowing that way down below in the Shadowlands, it's basically a death sentence. It's
Mhm.
very pretty. As you're walking, you come across this great door as you get ready to enter this village, and there are two Wookiee guards on the other side who, as soon as they see Zaalbar, they kind of nod to him in greeting and open the doors. Once you walk in, instead of the smattering huts all over the place, it's just constant light from the lit fires, and there's homes everywhere. You can still see the forest in the background, but it's like this, almost like an ant colony in setup, where there's houses all over the places, bridges everywhere. If Kashyyyk had a big city, this would be it. It's large, vast. It just seems to go on for miles, and there's no ships or anything. There's a few droids and a couple of, like, obviously off-world people, the odd human species, the occasional Rhodians, Twi'leks, stuff like that. But the vast majority is Wookiees. It's just absolutely breathtaking how large this little quote unquote village is. As Mission and Zaalbar kind of lead you, Mission is linked arm in arm with Revan as they're kind of gossiping, catching each other up on things they missed out with each other. Zaalbar's leading the way, and your group is kind of getting gawked at, really. Because you're walking behind the Chieftain, the ruler of the Wookiees. And you get the feeling that you guys are the honored guests so to speak. But you're also off-worlders, so you're kind of getting gawked at.
Yes.
Though people who are familiar with Mission are looking back and forth between Mira and Mission, like they're seeing things.
There's a smaller version.
Yeah,
Did she have a baby?
Who are you
Right?
calling small?
fun side.
I'm in a no, not
Fonts.
Mm. I don't know if I like the fun size comment there. Ooh.
No. I'm gonna mute my mic and die real quick.
Look, I just meant in the whole, short sense, but okay.
Yeah, I didn't take it any other way.
Twist my words, why
yeah,
don't ya?
Whatever.
I will.
Jeez, guys.
Every time.
See, this is why Rachel's my favorite. She doesn't twist my words, you perverts.
What up?
At least when I do, I don't always say it out loud. I keep it to myself.
No, you just giggle.
I do.
Like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's looking around like, oh man, this is so cool.
Yeah, I think
not
as
on
we're
Force
walking,
anymore.
like as they're walking, she would probably just kind of say to Zaalbar, "This is very impressive."
Zaalbar will kind of it's really weird seeing a Wookiee kind of puff out his chest with pride, but that's what he does. And he just goes, "Thank you. My family has been in charge of this planet for generations. I'm very proud of where we've come from. Proud Wookiee is proud."
Proud Wookiee is proud. Cute.
But as you guys kind of get going, he's leading you to this very large, the equivalency of what would be a mansion for the Wookiees. A very large 3-story hut. And he just kind of walks inside and welcomes you in. And there are some woven baskets that are holding some storage of food. Various
It's like, hey, y'all,
shelves.
here's my giant 3-story treehouse.
Yeah,
Not flexing at all.
not at all.
Mm-hmm.
If I had a giant 3-story treehouse, I would definitely flex a little.
That's it.
Yeah.
I guess I agree.
That yeah.
Yes.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Like the main area seems to be what would be like the common area. There's a couple of chairs, stuff like that. A fireplace, like a fire pit, kind of in the middle to gather around and talk. There are no stairs to get to the top levels. They're more like ladders. But you get the impression that the top 2 are more for his personal use, whereas as Chieftain, this bottom floor is where people come to meet with him and talk to him.
Cool.
And he kind of gestures for you guys to kind of sit down, and he goes to his chair, which is this big thing, because big Wookiees. Actually, all the chairs are big. I'm gonna be real with you. If you're a smaller human, you are gonna struggle like a child trying to get into a regular dining chair. Just throwing that out there.
Ben stands. Doesn't even bother.
Ben's like, nope. I know where this will go.
But,
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand.
what does Mira do?
I
I
climb
really
into
want-
one of the chairs. Duh.
Adorable.
Rock
Yeah,
I
I
mean-
the chair.
I was kind of thinking she'd use like Dove and Hawk as steps to go dun dun dun.
That'd be pretty cute.
No.
Or they could pick her up like on one on each arm and like, and, like put her on the chair.
I love this.
That's adorable.
Now that was adorable. Yeah, that was adorable.
I was totally gonna sit one of the chairs too, just for shits and giggles and the climbing into them.
It's been a while since my feet dangled off the chair. I feel like I'm 12 again. Ah, I hate it.
Mira
I
is,
feel like I'm 6 again. That's more
Mira
like
is totally kicking her feet because this is every day for her.
it.
This is totally normal. Everything is fine.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure Viri would make a giant show of climbing in and like falling off and then trying to play it off as cool.
Oh, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
She
That
totally
sounds
meant to do that, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Once you guys are all seated or remain standing, whichever you prefer,
Mm-hmm.
Zaalbar kind of relaxes into his chair, letting you guys get situated first before he sits down. And Mission just kind of hops up casually onto a chair near him. Her feet swing too. She's just a little bit taller than Mira, but she's like, this is nothing. This is normal.
Yeah.
And then once you're all situated, Zaalbar kind of leans forward, resting his elbows on his knees as he's kind of looking at all of you. And he looks at Ven in particular before he goes, you mentioned something about kidnapping. What are you searching for on my planet?
Well, we have been kind of all over parts of the galaxy, attempting to track movement of Sith that have been re-emerging, and apparently Jedi have been being kidnapped, and we saw records that they were being shipped to Kashyyyk, and we also intercepted a slave trading where any Force-sensitives, especially younger children, were shipped here as well. So we're trying to figure out what's going on and put a stop to it if we can.
Well, if anything of that sort is happening, it would likely be in the Shadowlands. We do not go there unless it's our coming of age ritual, but they're grossly unexplored for the most part.
What exactly is the Shadowlands?
It's at this point that Revan pipes up. She goes, the Shadowlands are, well, the surface, the actual surface of the planet. The Wookiees don't go down there. There's a lot of creatures down there. If ships would crash, it would be there. For the most part, people don't really go down there because of how dangerous it is. But I've been down there, and if what that's saying is true, which I'm certain it is, we would need to go to the Shadowlands.
I see. What makes it so dangerous?
It's grossly unexplored. There are no real paths to follow per se. And the wildlife is left to its own devices. and they are very, very dangerous. If you're not familiar with the area, it's going to be very easy for you to get attacked and not even realize it's coming.
Are you familiar with the area? Or do you... I guess I'll like turn to Zaalbar and I'll be like, do you know anyone that is familiar with the area that could potentially help us?
I'm not gonna lie, this area sounds terrible.
And a bit dark.
It's always
I don't like
dark.
the dark.
Zaalbar gives kind of this gruff little growling chuckle before he goes, if anyone would know about the Shadowlands, it would be Sky. She knows them about as well as our people. Our people just refuse to go down there unless it's our ritual for the coming of age.
I mean, I don't think it would be... I think it would be fine if you guided us, Sky, but... or Revan, she wouldn't call her Sky. Now everyone's calling her Sky. No, I'm confused.
She's like, oh god, what do I call you?
No, I think it would be fine if you guided us, but I still think you should let us do the fighting and things. For the most part.
Revan kind of chuckles, and Mission and Zaalbar kind of give Revan weird looks and then look back at you like,
Yeah, right.
what? You know, because she's Revan. She's supposed to be all powerful. What? Revan just kind of waves her, looks off, and nods. She goes, I'll focus on being more of the supportive role during this excursion.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean,
Io.
I think I have a better idea. Means
Is Mission she's pregnant?
No. Mission and Zaalbar do not know.
It
Revan. Revan,
She looks at you curiously.
you know that that area is incredibly dangerous. You're not going through that area. I won't allow it.
And you expect to navigate it on your own?
No. I just think there
Then
should be a
I'm
better way
going
to
with
do
you.
this than... There's got to be a better way. Like, you know, we can use the, like, echolocation gear that we have on the ship. You know? Maybe map out the...
Echolocation gear?
It's a few pieces of gear we were given. It's meant to be used for, like, mapping an uncharted area that we might have come across. I kind of kept it to myself because I didn't think we'd need it. But if you could hook it up to Dove or Hawk, they could constantly send out a pulse, which will give a mapping of the area around us. Won't be too strong, maybe like 10, 20 meters. But at least give Revan enough information so she can guide us through without actually being there in danger.
Have you... You know how every time you try to get her to not do something and she ends up coming anyway? Why do you
I'm
keep
very
trying to get her
aware.
to stay behind?
Because she's pregnant.
Yeah, at this point I've just...
Immediately, as Still says that, Mira and Zaalbar's, or not Mira, and Zaalbar's eyes snap to Revan. And she just kind of pinches the bridge of her nose before she just goes, Thanks for airing out my dirty laundry, Dell.
Well, look, right.
Every time.
Gosh,
I've just
Dal.
given up trying to argue with her. Actually, I've never
Well,
argued with her.
I love how even Io's like, no, man, don't do it. Just don't do it.
well, sorry. Sometimes I blurt out stuff, but yeah, she's pregnant.
Misha
why
kind of
I'm
looks
not
at her and
letting
she
her
just
go.
goes, Misha kind of leans forward, her hands on her knees, and looks at her and she goes, is Garth the dad? And the guy just sighs heavily. And she goes, yes, Mission. My husband is the father.
Okay, now at
I'm
least I
sensing
can
some
put two and
very
two
Ben
together.
vibes between these two right now. It's just like...
It's very much older sister, younger sister mentality going on between these two right. But yes, that happens. um, yeah. So Revan just kind of sits up after Mission's blurt, and she just kind of looks at you, Dell, and she goes, "I am going because now at this point, I'm not staying here to get 20 questions."
I'll like look at Dal and say, if she's supportive role, Veer and I can make sure that nothing happens to her.
I don't doubt your capabilities of protecting her, but I'm still saying no.
And you're not the boss of her.
I'm not. But as a friend, you've got to see that this is ludicrous. This is insane. You are pregnant. You have a child. To put yourself through that much danger, even with us as a group, it's insane. Come on, Revan, you know better than this. I don't
I'm
doubt your
not.
capabilities as a soldier. I don't doubt that you'll be able to take care of yourself. But there's someone
Thanks for that
who is
clarification,
seeing...
Io.
He didn't actually say it loud. He's just thinking.
I also thought the exact same thing. Ben literally
Truth.
thought it too.
Truth.
But
It's not just one.
But as somebody who has seen horrific things happen, you and I both know that this is an idiotic idea. If it was somebody else who was pregnant, you would be saying the same thing. You'd be telling them to stay on the ship. Would you not?
Yes, but what if Isaidus
No.
or Yara
No,
are there?
what if? Then we will deal with them. Okay?
And
We will deal with them.
And how do you propose to protect Ven and Viri from them? They're not ready to face either.
Sometimes we're not ready to things in life. But we have to. Alright? And it won't just be them. We'll all be there. Alright?
So if no one can navigate the Shadowlands, we'll be stumbling around, not knowing what we're
Hence
doing.
why I said about the echolocation gear. We can make use of it. Alright? I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna let you go.
What if Revan has Dove?
Still,
Even you can't get through Dove.
I know I can't get through Dove. I'm pretty sure a lot of things can't.
So double protect Revan.
I just...
Del, I think even if we use echo location gear, we would be there much longer trying to assimilate a map and data, whereas Revan knows kind of the way to navigate it herself. We have a lot of people with us.
Fine.
Now, if she was charging in, I could see why it would be a concern. But she already agreed not to fight. That was her downfall could be.
If the danger is too great, I'll run.
You better.
Yeah, Ben kind of looks at her like
experience to know.
Ben kind of looks at her like, really? But she doesn't say anything.
Well, since we're airing my dirty laundry, I'm not going to put my children in danger. If I wasn't pregnant, it's a different story.
Fair enough.
Right. Then, Revan's going to guide us to Shadowlands as we look for these captives, these kidnapped Force-sensitives.
Hopefully we can deal with it quickly.
Hopefully.
Io just tries to put his elbow on the table. I'm not sure if he can with how big everything is. And he's just like, tell me
Try.
about this coming of age ceremony.
Oh, I know. I don't know.
He just wants to know.
Check eye up. So he's like,
He's like looking
I
at
was
the
like,
total
I
wrong
want to
direction.
be a man.
I never had one, okay?
I love it so much.
make a man out of you. Did
Right.
they send me daughter?
I'll make a man out of myself.
You say that, and Revan immediately face palms. And, like, the tense discussion between her and Del, that air is gone now. But Zaalbar seems pretty, like, pumped to talk about this. And he,
I mean, someone's gonna have to translate, but you know.
I'll translate for you.
okay, there you go. He goes, our young adult Wookiees would go down to the Shadowlands and they would have to survive for an extended period of time against the creatures below. And if they come back by the end of the week with either Kinrath, Skull, Tyrantech, Quill, anything that proves that they survived down in the Shadowlands, they are officially an adult. They are not given anything but the bare essentials. They are to live off the land. If they can, then they are welcome into Society of Adults. If not, then they will be reunited with their ancestors.
As Mira is listening to this, she's just shuddering at the thought of no technology for a little bit of time.
She is like, I am not about that life right now.
Uh-uh.
Oh
Not,
hell, I could do
not
that.
at all. Nope.
I'm sure I'd be fine.
You, Io, you get this distinct feeling, although you do not directly talk to Zaalbar, that Zaalbar is kind of liking you. Like, y'all would be really good friends.
He's like excited at the idea of, oh hey, I could totally live off the land for a week and fight some creatures. Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
let's
see
do
any
it.
time of day and it would be great.
Sounds like a great
Right?
team.
You can have some one-on-one individual sessions with Ange, where just
I
out
know,
in the
right?
Shadowlands by himself.
Everyone's like a week later, Io finally comes back.
Like, where the hell were you? I am now a Wookiee.
Honorary Wookiee.
Yep.
This is the happiest day of my life.
He would do
I
it
don't know.
too.
Dear IO10 the Wookiee.
Nah. Just screams into the distance.
Right.
Wookiee.
That part is I'm not having a hard time imagining this. Like,
Cause it's true.
it is indeed true.
You know if you would do it.
Zaalbar kind of looks to you all if you kind of decided on going, and through the help of Mission, she translates, and Zaalbar has essentially given you all the permission to stay home, rest, energize for the travels ahead, and he will see to it that you each are given a pack for food and supplies to start your excursion the next day, but he has urged you all to kind of take the evening to rest and recuperate before daring to go down to the Shadowlands with as exhaustive as it can be.
Sure.
And we will go ahead and cut it there for today. We will pick up next week as you guys get ready to adventure to the Shadowlands, but you are free to do some role play, do some inner character conversation, and we will pick up this again next week.